Grassroots, totally organic crypto adoption is happening because it's just better than the existing system.
Yes, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily. My name's Austin. Why is Bitcoin holding up so well despite the recent catastrophic events? And by the way, when I say holding up so well, I do mean relatively speaking. After all, the second largest crypto exchange globally by trading volume just collapsed. Although, barring a Binance announcement, we're probably not going to see something bigger like this happen again. Yes, obviously contagion for smaller companies is clearly not done, but the biggest capitulation-like event has seemingly happened. Also, we continue to have extreme macro uncertainty with the Fed raising rates, suppressing markets. Although Jerome Powell's rhetoric has gotten noticeably more dovish in this last month. This is a big change from what we've seen previously this year. And on top of that, with all this fear, uncertainty, doubt in the markets, I ask again, why isn't Bitcoin dropping further? Analyst Willy weighs in. He says, if you're wondering why BTC is holding up against so much deleveraging, it's the long-term hodlers. The Rick Astleys who ain't never going to give up their BTC that are absorbing the sells, buying spot, and adding to their stack. So looking at adjusted Bitcoin supply shock, we see long-term hodlers are absorbing the sell pressure. As BTC consolidates, we see these long-term hodlers, meaning the wallets that historically buy Bitcoin but then never sell, adding to those wallets. And it just becomes so obvious when you zoom out. This is internet users versus Bitcoin users today based on world global population and the adoption curves of both technologies. What do you notice? Well, while this survey puts total users of the Bitcoin network today at around 575 million, while the Cambridge data puts the lower bound at around 350 million global Bitcoin users as their minimum estimates, either way, Bitcoin is easily on track for its first billion users very soon. When in doubt, zoom out, and remember, the trend is your friend, usually. And as Michael Saylor posted today, Bitcoin is hope for Africa. And today, even today, in this bear market, when it seems all hope is lost for crypto, Bitcoin in Africa is thriving. This is a must-watch news report. I'll share with you just the first 30-40 seconds. This is such valuable education for the masses.
So for the next 3 days, we're going to be hearing from some of the biggest names in Bitcoin who actually see the recent implosion of FTX as another example that sets Bitcoin apart from the thousands of other altcoin projects, and crucially from these centralized crypto platforms. Because remember, the Bitcoin network focuses on two big things: decentralization and security. And so sentiment is really positive here about the future of the industry because they feel that people around the world are realizing that Bitcoin is more secure than other altcoins, it's more reliable, and it's decentralized, meaning that these centralized actors can't mess with your money.
What about the real-term applications of crypto, Mackenzie? Can it actually, are the people down there saying that it could actually make things better or easier than fiat cash?
Yeah, so several countries in Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, and Kenya, to name a few, are these prime examples of places where grassroots, totally organic crypto adoption is happening because it's just better than the existing system. There's a thriving peer-to-peer crypto payment network across the continent using a combination of Bitcoin and US dollar peg stablecoins like Tether. We're also talking about Bitcoin as a savings technology because, yes, its price is volatile, but in countries where there's rampant inflation and the local currency has lost most of its value, Bitcoin can become the safer and more accessible option. Now, mining for Bitcoin in some cases is creating a financial incentive to build infrastructure to harness stranded renewable energy and then make that power accessible to communities through microgrids.
Now, of course, the biggest Bitcoin conference in existence, it happens annually, is coming up again next year. Use code Altcoin Daily for 10% off. Join us. Hang with us at the Bitcoin Conference 2023, link down below. But it's not just Bitcoin. The amount of Cardano smart contracts deployed has increased over 100% year to date. So again, even in this bear market when all hope seems lost, the dApps, the developers flocking to these networks to build, is undeniable. Actually, the number of smart contracts deployed has increased by more than 300% on Cardano year to date. Here is the data. And while in January, There were around 947 Plutus smart contracts on the Cardano network at the start of the year. Currently, that number has increased to surpass 3,790. And just in this last month, it's clear more people are choosing DeFi over the crumbling CeFi. According to reports, the collapse of FTX has caused the number of wallets on the Cardano network to increase by more than 100,000 so far this month. As well as according to the most recent data from Input Output Global, right now there are over 1,100 projects using Cardano as of last month. The network has over 6.9 million tokens built on top and has handled over 55.3 million transactions. And of course, Crypto.com is also pressing forward as well. Crypto.com's Crow surges as it launches their World Cup NFTs with Coca-Cola. So in honor of the World Cup, Coca-Cola chose Crypto.com, and Crypto.com says that it will be hosting on its blockchain 10,000 NFTs created by Coca-Cola and digital artist G-Monk. The NFTs were produced by tracking via so-called heat maps the in-game movements of players during matches at the Qatar World Cup. And soccer, or European football, is of course one of the most popular sports in existence. So many viewers and fans for this can only buy these NFTs after they sign up for a Crypto.com NFT platform account. Does this make you bullish? 1 for yes, 2 for no. 1 for yes, 2 for no down in the chat. Does this make you bullish on Crypto.com? What about the metaverse? Well, Decentraland, even in despair, making moves. Introducing Decentraland Places, a new section of the DCL website where you can browse through different Decentraland locations and filter by most active, featured, highest rated, recently added. So I love this. If you're wondering, are people actually using the metaverse? Which lands are the most popular? We can filter through the different worlds and see who's using what. For example, 187 people at the time of this picture were currently playing ice poker. 65 people were in Wondermine crafting game. All 13 people were doing butterfly prawn farming game. I guess with over 2,000 viewers, 13 people were in it. Why is Litecoin pumping? Litecoin continues to surge as hash rate records new all-time high. How about the Litecoin price? So plain and simple, one of the biggest reasons Litecoin is looking more bullish is because they have their halving happening next year. Bitcoin's halving is in 2024. Litecoin's halving is in 2023. And miners want to support the network, mine the coin, before their rewards get cut in half. Litecoin has jumped above $83 on a big 8% surge in just an hour, while the rest of the markets have been relatively quiet. 3 weeks ago, Sentiment Feed, which is a market intelligence platform, measured the largest amount of dormant tokens being moved in 4 years. LTC's price has jumped 47% since. So potentially bullish if you hold Litecoin. I will keep my eye on this. And for those of you who will be in Los Angeles next week, and for those of you who like comedy, join us for this live event, Web3 Is A Joke, in Los Angeles next week. Link down below.